Today, we're going to dive into a timeless story, a parable that holds a really simple, but honestly pretty profound secret to calming your mind. It's all about how to trade that inner chaos for a little bit of clarity. But first, let me ask you something. Does your mind ever feel like a storm? Just a constant whirlwind of thoughts, worries, and what-ifs that will not quit? If that sounds even a little bit familiar, well, you're about to meet someone you're going to completely understand. So let's meet Marco. He's 24 years old, and his inner world is in total turmoil. His story is just such a powerful mirror for a struggle that, let's be honest, so many of us face. That feeling of being completely hijacked by our own thoughts. What's so real about this is just how universal that feeling is. Marco's mind was filled with this constant chatter, a nonstop cycle of thoughts that just left him feeling totally drained and on edge. It's a state of just pure mental exhaustion. And this is the trap he was caught in. His focus was always split. It was either being pulled backward by sadness over things that had already happened, or shoved forward by anxiety about what might happen. He was living everywhere except for the one place he actually existed, right here and right now.
And the cost of that was immense. This internal storm, it robbed him of his calm, it messed with his sleep, and eventually, it took his joy. He literally forgotten how to smile. This wasn't just in his head, it was poisoning his entire experience of being alive.
But Marco doesn't just give up and accept this as his reality. He hears about someone who might have an answer, a little spark of hope that sets him off on a journey to try and reclaim his own mind. That hope, it comes in the form of a wise old man. Turns out he's a former psychologist who traded the busy city for a simple life. And the rumor was, this guy really understood the secret to inner peace. For Marco, this was a chance he just had to take. And this was no easy trip, let me tell you. The journey took many, many days. It was physically exhausting. But his deep desire for peace was this powerful fuel, pushing him forward until he finally got there. And found the old man, who is the very picture of the tranquility he was looking for. So, Marco pours out his story. He explains the whole storm raging in his head, and he's probably expecting some complex philosophical advice. But instead, what he gets is something way more grounded, a simple, almost peculiar physical task. This is his plea. It's so raw, it's vulnerable, and it's the question that kicks off the old man's unconventional but totally life-changing lesson. You can tell Marco is just desperate, and he's ready for anything. And here's the challenge. The wise man hands him a glass of water, filled to the absolute brim, and gives him these 4 simple instructions. Walk to the edge of town and back, but do not spill a single drop. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But of course, the true test wasn't really about the walk. As Marco starts to walk, the village is buzzing with distractions. You've got shopkeepers calling out, dogs barking, people crossing his path. Now, normally, his mind would have latched on to every single one of those things, but not this time. His entire world, all of his focus, shrinks down to the surface of the water in that glass. He makes it back. He's successful. Not a single drop was spilled. He's probably feeling this huge sense of accomplishment. And it's in this exact moment that the true lesson, the secret he traveled so far for, is finally revealed. The wise man doesn't congratulate him. Instead, he just asks these quiet, simple questions. He's not asking about the task. He's asking about Marco's awareness during the task. And Marco's simple, honest answer? Well, it's the key that unlocks everything. He was so completely absorbed in what he was doing that the chaos of the village it ceased to exist for him. And this is the core idea. By giving his mind a single physical anchor, the glass of water, Marco had accidentally discovered the present moment. This is the very essence of mindfulness. In that state of total focus, there was literally no mental bandwidth left for his usual storm of worries and regrets. And this is the profound truth that Marco finally gets. The peace he was so desperately searching for, it wasn't in some far-off village or in the wisdom of some sage. It was already inside him, accessible anytime he chose to bring his full attention to the here and now. This understanding completely transforms Marco. And the lesson, it's not just for him. It's such a powerful insight for any of us dealing with a busy mind. The change is just night and day. He went from being a young man controlled by a storm inside his head to a man who knew how to find shelter from it. He didn't eliminate the storm, he learned how to still the waters.
And that really is the ultimate takeaway. The antidote to a mind that's lost in the past or frantic about the future is to give it an anchor in the here and now, just like Marco did with that glass of water.
So I'll just leave you with this. In the middle of your own busy, noisy life, full of all kinds of distractions and demands, what is your glass of water? Where's your focus right now?